guys, thanks for riding to work with me, or the rest of the way to work with me. I've already done like so much this morning. Dropped my child off at school. I told him to run to class. He had 2 minutes to get to class, and that's not okay. I kept saying we need to leave 5 minutes earlier so he could have 7 minutes to get to class, so he didn't have to walk fast or whatever he does, because he doesn't run to class like I want him to. I want him to sprint like knees to chest, go, get to class. Like, that's what I want him to do. But anyway, and then I went to the store to get the rest of the stuff for my salad that I have today, because I didn't eat a salad last night, and I was like, I don't want to eat anything healthy last night. I don't want to eat anything healthy. And, you know, everybody laughs at me. And then this morning, I was like, okay, I guess I have to have a sensible lunch, because yesterday I had popcorn. Well, I had fried fish and french fries and popcorn for dinner. And I didn't drink that much water yesterday. So I'm fixing it today. I'm paying for it today, too. So today is mostly water day. I don't even think I brought a soda with me to work, or sparkling water or anything like that. Yeah. So, but today I wanted to talk about books, or just reading in general, really. I just had I have a question, just one question, about what people read, and the thing is, I don't want to sound insulting, but I just don't know what normal people read. Like, I don't, I just, and, you know, yes, I am implying that I am not normal. Okay, Jesus, like, sorry, I don't know if you heard that car pass by me going 30 miles per hour, making that much noise as if it were speeding past. It's not going nowhere. Anyway, threw my train of thought off. So yeah, I just want to know what people read. Like, what type of books do you read? Is it self-help? You know, is it nonfiction? Is it fiction? If it's, you know, what genre? True crime. They have lots of true crime books. I don't usually read true crime books. But anyway, the reason I wanted to talk about reading and books is I noticed since there's a decrease in the amount of people who actually, you know, read something, or even Audible counts if you listen to books, or even, I would argue that podcasts are like the new newspapers, you know, or the new columns, because they used to get like Reader's Digest, and so now it's more podcasty. But I would count Audible, but podcasts are kind of like, maybe if it's a book review, I don't know. Because we do a lot more listening these days, or watching these days, and I just, like, what is your genre of interest, and stuff like that. But did you just get in front of me and then go slow? Wow. I'm in the fast lane. Like, I was passing everybody, and now everybody is passing me, and I'm trying to be orderly for work, and this cat just got in front of me and decided to go 10 miles per hour below the speed limit. That's just unfathomable. Okay, anyway, I'm back. The reason I wanted to talk about reading today is I want to talk about why I can read other people so well. Okay, I get everybody who meets me, like, sometimes not everybody who meets me, my really good friends know that when I meet somebody, like, I get some sort of vibe from them. And it's not a vibe that I'm getting, like, I can read their aura. Your aura is purple. Like, I don't know. Like, I am not that person that sees auras and just says, you know, there's a spirit guide whispering in my ear, not this one. You know, like, that's not what I get, like, when I meet people. I basically am looking at body language and things like that, because I was such an avid reader as a high school student that people resemble characters from those books for me, even in, like, fantasy novels. The thing is, when writers are writing, we're imitating life to an extent, even if it's unrealistic. Like, even if we're in outer space and it's like Star Wars, but, like, everybody knows the villain in Star Wars, and now we all know the backstory of the villain, and it's like, how many people do I know that have a backstory that's questionable? And everybody just, you know, somebody snapped. They should be on Snapped by Oprah next time on Snapped. You know, just I swear there was one person that I met, and I hadn't even heard any stories about this person at the time. Like, I just met the person and I was just like, ooh, I don't think we're gonna be very good friends. Like, I didn't tell them that. Like, that's rude. and then people are like, oh, you can't judge a book by your cover. I'm not actually judging you by your cover. I am watching you, boo. When we first meet, I am actually watching you, and I'm not doing it as in like, let me take some notes on this person. I'm just saying that when you meet people, or when you see people, or when people are acting a certain way, they do resemble things that you might have read. You might not have experienced that person before. You know, some people are like, okay, I have experienced a person like this, and therefore I can recognize it in someone else. There's a lot of types of people I haven't experienced, and then when I do experience them, I'm like, oh, you know, in Macbeth, that was the villain. Or in Macbeth, you would have been Lady Macbeth. Look, if I had married the wrong person, I'd have been Lady Macbeth. I know it. Like, I can't marry somebody with the ambitions like me, but like easy to manipulate. I can't marry that type of person, because I would be Lady Macbeth. I'd be talking about, oh, damn spot. Like, that would be me. But I'm just saying, like, for example, there's the Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. If you haven't seen that cute little movie or read the book, there is a book. It's just, you know, the little young determined girl. She's supposed to be going off at the age of a weird age, because it's like she's a witch or whatever, and she's supposed to go off and try to figure out how to make a living. And they're like good witches. There's no villain, bad witch type thing. Like, it's basically a coming of age. But anyway, so she goes off and she's just like, I have to find myself. Like, wait, I know who I am, kind of, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I see that in my students. I see that in adults too. Like, I actually was a Kiki one year. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this because they told me I'm supposed to do it. And then there's the Chihiros from Spirited Away, where they just really haven't worked a day in their life, but things keep changing for them, and they're just like, I don't like change, and I don't know how to deal with it, and I've never had to deal with it, so now that I'm dealing with it, I don't like it, you know. And so they react by not doing things. There's a lot of Chihiros today because of the panorama that we just went through in 2020. And then there's like adult wise there's always like these crazy adults, and you're just like, yes, Brunhilde, there you are. You know, or you're like, oh, Lurch from Addams Family, even though that's a TV show. But you know, and then you get like Charlie from Charlie and Chocolate Factory, and you know, you get who is it, Violet Beauregard and Mike TV, and you know, all of these people are based on book characters, so that's why I feel confident using them, because I know some people are going to have seen the movie but not read the book. It is just insane that I'm able to pick people out like that. There's one girl, and this is straight from a movie, this is not a book. There's one student that in my head I call her Regina George, because she did pull a Regina George the other day. She was just like, oh my god, I like your hair, and then she turned around and she must have told her friend it was the fuggliest hairstyle she had ever seen. Like, this was the fuggliest skirt I've ever seen. I was like, oh, okay, Regina George, so we gonna smile at me in the hallway and then turn around and try to talk about me? You got the wrong one, baby. You got the right one, baby. The Pepsi commercial. I'm aging myself. Okay, but anyway, I just wonder, what do you all read? And do you see characters, you know, walking among us? Are you able to identify people based on the characters that you've read? If you read fiction. If you read nonfiction and it's about somebody's life, like autobiographies or something like that, you can be like, okay, that's a Lucille Ball right there. I'm going 20. I don't know why you were in my back seat. So anyway, let me get off of this phone, because it's time to go ahead and walk into this building and teach the chitlins and the chicken nuggets and all of the rest of the cheering. I haven't decided what I'm calling the rest of the classes. I don't know. I'll have to determine that today. But thanks for riding to work with me. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. What do you like to read, or do you see characters among us? Walking among us today. Are you able to make those? But I mean, I'm telling you, I read people real well because I read. That's literally it. But yeah. Till next time. Bye.